What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see, I am standing in front of a pool of open water. It is March 27th or 28th, end of the ice fishing season, and you can see this is a lake, right? Most of the lake is frozen. You can see people ice fishing on it. Nobody's driving on anymore. But I came here for ice fishing, but I just found this calm water. It's actually quite windy, but behind me is the hill and trees that kind of blocking the wind. It's a perfect condition for me to test out my Tatula 100 bait caster. This is the new model that came out in 2023, and I did a tabletop unboxing and review video. So if you want to check that out, you can click here on the top right corner. But today we're just out here trying to test it out. I don't think there's any fish in here, but there's something in the water. Okay, maybe a muskrat. Anyway, I'm not expecting to catch anything, but I'll be just throwing different weight lures, you know, jig head, swim bait, top water bait, frog, something that's that cuts air nicely, something that's has a little bit more resistant. Yeah, so I filled up the spool with PE 1.2. It's like a pink braided line, not all the way. You can see there's like 1.5 millimeter of gap before it gets full. And yeah, just have a short leader, fluorocarbon leader, 12-pound fluorocarbon. And the rod I paired up with is the this is a 6'10" medium light by Tsurinoya. It's called Pterosauria, and I've used it last season. I love it. Great for lighter weight bait, finesse style, but not BFS level. This is a medium light, and it's got a little bit kind of like a, it says fast action, but to me this is like a little bit moderate fast action. So it's good for whipping out the lighter stuff. And yeah, we're gonna explore the braking profile of the Tatula. This is using the Mag 4Z braking system. It's a dynamic magnetic braking system. And for spool tension, I didn't touch it. It's factory set for 0 position. And all we need to do is explore this Mag Force dial. So maximum we have 20, and then obviously all the way down to 0. So this lure right here is the total weight is about 1/4 ounce, maybe just a little bit under it. So it's kind of a lightweight bait. So, and you know, the Tatula 100 is like a general purpose bass rod, distance casting. It doesn't have this SV spool, so I don't think it can cast small stuff very well. But I bought this rod for, you know, walleye, pike fishing and bass fishing, so I'm not targeting small fish like small trout or crappie or bluegill, right? So yeah, let's give it a go. It's calm water. There's a little bit of backwind behind me, so it will help me cast a little bit. But yeah, so we're gonna go break number 12 just to be on the safe side, and we're gonna do a sidearm cast. Let's see. It didn't go far at all. Okay. You can feel the magnetic brake. Like it's very over braked right now. It went out probably only 20 meters. Anyway, yeah, so 12 is too much for 1/4 ounce. We're gonna go down to 8, and pretty good. It went out a little further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 28 rotations. So it's not very far. It's probably only yeah, like 20 meters. Let's go down to 6. Nice. Easy to cast. Very smooth rotation. They added the hyperdrive design for this new Tatula, and everything just feels smooth. And on the water, wow, very smooth. I don't have to thumb it, but yeah, like you do have to stop the spool with your thumb when it hits water. Very nice. Yeah, very smooth. You don't hear that clunky or like side to side play on the handle. And yeah, it's definitely an improvement from the previous Tatula. That went out like 30 meters. But I feel like I can still lower the brake for this lure, and let's just do that. So let's go down to 4. Usually I don't go lower than 4. It can get a little dangerous. So just cast lightly. So no overrun on the spool during the cast. And 4 is, I'd say, pretty safe. I'm gonna cast a little harder this time. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Just a little bit overrun when the lure hits the water. Yeah, very smooth. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try even harder. Good. Very good. No fluffing. No overrun, no nothing. Yeah. This is typically the lure I use for spring walleye fishing, pike fishing. They don't mind the small stuff. I think they actually prefer smaller bait. It's more finessey. So I'm going down to 3 now. Okay. Wow. That's a decent cast. Okay. Oh, a bird is trying to get my lure, I think. Cast again. Yeah, definitely. No. Go away. Go away, bird. Yeah, so I'm kind of surprised. Usually when I go down to 3, things starting to go out of control. But I think it has to do with the spool weight. That I think the last 2019 Tatula, it was 17 grams, and this one is 14 grams. So lowering the weight definitely helps with the startup inertia. There we go. But that's probably as low as I'll go. I'll probably get a backlash when I go lower, maybe to 2. Let's try 2, just to show you guys. Yeah, I have to thumb it all the way. Yeah, but really for me, I'm not trying to cast a mile. I bought this reel for bass fishing, close quarter combat in creeks, from shore. Yeah, definitely satisfies my need. Okay. All right, did pretty good on the 1/4 ounce. This jig with a paddle tail is pretty aerodynamic, so it cuts through the air easily. We're gonna switch it up to a heavier lure and see how far we can go. So next up we have a walking bait. This is a little bit heavier than 1/4 ounce. I think it's 10 grams or 12 grams. I'll put it on the screen. And it's not as aerodynamic as a jig head, but it's still pretty good, like better than a spinnerbait or a frog, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna set my brake to 14 to start with. And let's see. Oh yeah, pretty good. Over braked. Yeah, this is one of my favorite lures to catch topwater pike and bass. It just zigzags on the water. Yeah, so we're gonna go down to 10 sidearm cast. Not too hard. Yep, pretty good. Very well controlled. The spool, no fluff, no overrun. And let's go down to 8. Yes. Okay. No backlash. Went out pretty nicely. The trajectory is pretty straight. Like it doesn't go to the side, to the left, to the right, or to above. I think we can go further down to 5 this time. I'm gonna cast lightly. Yes. So good. So good. Wow. Okay, try to cast harder. Same break. Here we go. Break 5. Yes. I cast it pretty hard, and the spool is still controlled pretty good. By the way, guys, I'm not adjusting my spool tension every time I change lure. This is a very nice feature with the Daiwa reels. Their magnetic brake is so good that you don't need to touch the tension knob. So how I set it is, I just set it to loose enough to have a little bit of movement but no knocking sound. You know what I mean? That's the 0 position from Daiwa. And this is so beginner friendly because all you need to do is adjust your mag force dial. You don't need to open up the side plate, nothing, just one dial. So yeah, I'm gonna go down to 3 with a little bit of wind behind me. Nice. Nice. And man, this whole setup is so light. I think this is 6.5 ounces for the reel, and then this is just a super lightweight rod. I can work it all day without getting fatigued. So 3 was pretty good. Cast it lightly. I'm gonna cast it with a little more strength. No thumb, but at the end. Okay, that did pretty good. See how low I can get. Probably get a backlash. I'll regret it. Number 2. Yeah, don't know if you saw that. There's a little bit of fluff, but it fixed itself. Okay, all right. So far I'm pretty happy with the casting performance. I'm gonna switch it up to a much heavier lure. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, I have a spinnerbait. Definitely need to test that out because it's so not aerodynamic. And I'm gonna test out this guy. All right, guys, this is the next day. I had some camera issues with my GoPro. My footage started getting stuttering, and when I got home, I watched it, so disappointed. So I decided to finish off the video at a different location. Found a creek with open water, flowing water actually. It's a pretty warm day, afternoon. There's a little bit of wind behind me, so I'm not sure how the audio is going to be. But again, we're using the same setup, our Tatula 100 and 6'10" medium light rod. I've got a much bigger walking bait tied on, almost 1 ounce, 25 grams I believe. I'll put the weight on the screen. But yeah, let's see how this rod can handle it, how this reel can control the bait. I have the Max Force brake set at 10. I'm gonna just do a light overhead cast. No problem. Nicely controlled. Man, there's a lot of current in this water. I'm fishing in pretty narrow creek, so I don't want to cast too far. I might snag on the weeds and stuff like that. But yeah, that went out pretty far. If I were bass fishing, pike fishing, you know, this is perfect distance. And the retrieve, man, under load, it's so smooth thanks to that hyperdrive design. So wind is blowing this way. I'm gonna try to cast into the wind, sidearm cast, nicely controlled. Look at that dog. Skipped a little bit. Oh, there's some backlash. Yeah, there's no fish in this creek. Nothing that bites. The clutch is so tight. Like, I like that tight feeling. No wobbly feeling. Wow, there's a lot of current, man. A lot of flowage. Nice. I can skip with it. I can do a low projection cast. Spool is controlled nicely. So I will put the brake down to 6. See what happens. I'm sure it's gonna go super far. Yeah, with the flick, that thing just launched like 40 meters, I'd say. Dang. Man, I can really cast with it, like just above the water surface. Oh, look at that. That's a 20-meter cast, low profile, low projectile cast. All right, so next lure we're gonna try is the Chapo. I believe this is ½ ounce, a little bit over ½ ounce, and it's a hollow body bait. So kind of similar to the walking bait, but I'm gonna set the brake to 8 overhead. No problem. Just stop the spool at the end. I've never caught a fish on this lure. Hopefully I can do it this year. I just love how it creates so much commotion on the water while moving slowly. So it's great for covering water, getting this fish's attention. Oh yeah. Nice. So we're gonna go down to 4 now. Oh, yeah, I got a backlash midair. I think that was my fault. The way I whipped out my rod tip. Yeah, you can get a backlash easily on easier on an overhead cast and a sidearm. All right, finally we have a spinnerbait. So as you can see, a spinnerbait is not a one-piece solid bait. It's got wires, it's got flashers, it's got a dressed hook. So this bait is not aerodynamic. So just gonna test it out, how the Tatula 100 can handle this kind of lure. That was break 10. Pretty easy. Oh yeah, you can feel that vibration, and look at the blades spinning. Yeah, easily controlled, not too far, but definitely quiet, smooth overhead cast. Nice. Nice. Gonna lower the brake to 6 this time. Oh yeah. A nice 30 meters, I'd say. With how narrow the creek is, I kind of have to thumb it, not going for distance, more for control in this experiment. Oh yeah, no backlash. Just stop the spool. All right, that's the last lure. So overall, with light bait, aerodynamic bait, spinner bait, something like this that catches the air, it performed really nicely. Like the spool was well controlled, very quiet as well. But this one, especially on the wind under load, because of the new gear material and design with the hyperdrive design, it's so smooth and there's no play. You feel, you know, fully engaged, and with how tight everything is on the reel, you can feel the lure better. That's just my personal opinion. All right guys, so just a little quick casting session with the new 2023 Daiwa Tatula 100. I'm very pleased with its performance, especially how it reels in very smooth, tiny bit of pleasant resistance and no side to side knocking, and the casting is very reliable. Like, you can just feel throughout the entire cast, the reel is, I mean, the spool is fully controlled. And I was kind of surprised, a lot of lures I casted, you know, from like a quarter ounce all the way up to 1 ounce, I can go to setting like number 4, number 3, and still getting a pretty stable spool. You know, when you cast something like a spinnerbait which catches the air, it still performed very well. So I'm very pleased with this reel. So this is going to be my main bass, walleye, early spring fishing reel. Absolutely love it. I know right now there's not too many YouTube videos available for this reel, especially when it comes to like casting performances. I'm not a reel expert. I watch these YouTubers quite a bit, like pros who review products and talk about reel, spool weights, BFS, DC, SV. You know, I learned everything from YouTube. But myself, I got into bait casting 2 years ago. I absolutely love it. Now I have probably over like 6, 7 bait casters. Yeah, I just enjoy, you know, casting. You know, even when I'm not catching fish, I still, you know, cast on dry land just for the fun of it. I highly recommend the Daiwa Tatula 100 2023 version, or in Asia or Southeast Asia, the 2024 Daiwa Tatula 100. Same thing. Yeah, if you like this video, make sure you click the like button if you want to follow me along. I'll do more gear review, fishing videos. Make sure you click the subscribe button. It will help to grow my channel, and I will leave a Amazon affiliate link for you to purchase. I get a little bit kickback if you purchase through my link. So yeah, it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna go ice fishing now. There's still ice in the distance and my buddies are fishing there, so I'm gonna go join them. Thank you for watching, and see you next time on T10 Outdoors. Peace.